Chapter 6. Reproduction in Animals. Introduction. Living things carry out a number of functions that are essential to their survival. These include respiration, circulation, excretion, digestion, and other biological activities. There is yet another vital process that is necessary for the continuation of life in nature, much as these other life processes. Reproduction is the process in question. It is among the most crucial traits shared by all living things. Reproduction is the process through which living things create more of their own kind. Methods of reproduction. For a species to persist on Earth, reproduction is necessary. A single creature or two organisms, parents, may reproduce by a variety of techniques, giving rise to offspring. There are two sorts of reproductive processes, asexual and sexual. Sexual reproduction. Animals can only reproduce sexually. When two people are involved, usually a male and a female. Sexual reproduction is the process by which new individuals are created through the fusing and creation of gametes. Human reproduction is a typical illustration of it. The reproductive portions or organs that distinguish males and females are referred to as male reproductive organs and female reproductive organs, respectively. The reproductive organs create unique cells called gametes. The female gametes are referred to as ova or eggs and the male gametes as sperms. Male reproductive organs. 1. Testes, oval in shape. There are two of them. They are located outside of the abdominal cavity in the scrotum. Sperm, or male gametes, are produced by testes. The testes create millions of sperm through a process known as spermatogenesis. Another name for testes is basic sex organs. Sperm are little organisms. Each sperm is made up of three parts: a head that houses the nucleus and acrosome, a central section that houses many mitochondria that provide the sperm energy and strength to move, and a tail that aids in the sperm's migration within the fallopian tube during fertilization. Sperm are single cells that contain all of the normal cell components. To vas deferens or sperm ducts, sperm are transported to the urethra, which is located inside the penis, by a pair of sperm ducts, one from each testis. Sperm ducts allow secretions from three distinct accessory glands to flow into the ducts as the sperm pass through them. Semen is the term for the fluid and sperm mixture. 3. Penis, composed of highly vascularized erectile tissue. The penis is a muscular organ. The sperm are transferred into the female reproductive tract. 4. Urethra. Semen and urine exit the body through this tube-like structure located inside the penis. Female reproductive organ. The components of a female human's reproductive system are as follows. 1. Ovaries. There are 2 ovaries in the lower abdomen, one on each side. These organs have an oval form. Although each ovary holds thousands of eggs, or ova, each month, only one egg is typically released by each of the 2 ovaries. Eggs are single-celled organisms, just like sperm. It is substantially larger than a sperm. It is immobile and packed with several energy-dense substances, including proteins stored in its cytoplasm, yolk, and glycogen. The primary sex organs are the ovaries. 2. Oviducts, also referred to as fallopian tubes. Oviducts are slender, muscular tubes that connect the uterus and the ovaries. It transports the ovaries' discharged egg to the uterus. This is the location where fertilization occurs. 3. The uterus, it is also called the womb, is a large, hollow, muscular organ with an inverted pear shape, that is, where the fertilized ovum grows into a baby. Therefore, the uterus is a region of the body where a kid develops. Its two sections are the smaller, restricted cervix at the bottom and the larger, top half that receives the two oviducts. 4. Vagina. The vagina is a broad, muscular tube that emerges from the uterus. Sperms are given to it. Fertilization. And the process of fusion of egg with sperm is called fertilization. The sperms come into contact with the egg. Out of millions of sperms, one sperm can enter the egg and fuse with it. This results in the formation of zygote, which eventually grows into a baby. Since the egg is from the mother and sperm from father, the baby inherits characteristics of both the parents. Formation of zygote. Zygote is formed by the fusion of male and female gametes, sperm and egg. When the gametes meet, their nuclei fuse to form a single nucleus, and the two cells combine to become a single cell. This cell is called the fertilized egg or the zygote. The zygote develops into an embryo. IVF. In this method, sperm and eggs are mixed together in a lab dish. The embryo is inserted into the woman's uterus following fertilization. On July 25, 1978, the first baby born in a test tube was born. Infants born via this method are referred to as test tube babies. Types of fertilization: internal and external fertilization. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization is the term used to describe the process of. It affects not just people but also animals like hens, dogs, cats, elephants, cows, and tigers. External fertilization. External fertilization is the term for the process of fertilization that occurs outside of the female body. In water, this kind of fertilization occurs. Similar to how fish deposit millions of eggs in the water during rainy seasons, frogs migrate to ponds where the female releases thousands of eggs into the water. Upon approaching the male covers the eggs with sperm when they are deposited. Fertilization occurs when sperm and eggs come into contact. Fish, frogs, toads, and starfish are examples of aquatic species that undergo external fertilization. Development of embryo. Following fertilization, the zygote begins to divide frequently, eventually forming a ball with hundreds of cells within. We refer to this as an embryo. The embryo enters the uterus through the oviduct and attaches itself to the uterine wall. We call this implantation. The embryo continues to grow inside the uterus, and its cells start to differentiate into specialized groups that eventually grow into various body tissues and organs. The hands, head, eyes, ears, and other body parts eventually develop as a result. The term fetus refers to the unborn child in the uterus at this point. The development is finished when all the organs and body components reach their proper size and shape, at which point the mother gives birth to the child. The term gestation period refers to the time between fertilization and childbirth. A lady who is carrying a child is said to be pregnant. In humans, the gestation period is around 40 weeks or 9 months.